To complete the online application at CSU Apply, you'll go to Cal State Apply, and once you reach that website, you'll choose Apply for Fall. When you click on that, it'll give you a window to either sign in or create an account. And if this is your first time here, you'll need to create an account. I have a test account here that I will sign into. And initially, it'll ask me to complete my profile. I'm here to apply for graduate education. So I will choose that. The type of degree is master's degree. And depending on whether you have previously attended a CSU campus anywhere in California and are returning to complete that earlier program, you would click yes. In most cases here, you're starting a new child development program at Sac State. Select your military status, your citizenship status, and then save those. And you'll only need to do that once. Now I can start my application process. Note this entire process needs to be completed by the deadline. So my first choice here is to choose the campus, which in this case is Sacramento State. There is only face-to-face delivery format in this program. The location would be on the main campus, and I would like to start in fall. We don't have spring admission, so that's the only option. So it will now show me the available programs, and I am particularly looking for the Child Development Program. You can see the deadline here, which means I need to have this application online complete prior to that deadline. I strongly recommend you don't wait till the last minute to complete that. You may have problems. Once you're done, go back up to the top where it says I'm done, review my selections. You can see it lists the fee there. And I'm going to continue to begin the application. So you can see there's a variety of different information that needs to be completed here. I can go ahead and get started by entering the college I've attended first. Perhaps I attended Sacramento State for my undergraduate degree. Or I'm planning to graduate from there prior to enrolling in this master's program. Let's say I'm still in progress completing that degree. I'm earning a Bachelor of Arts. In child development. As I look through the options, I see there's no child development, but there is a human development option, so I'm going to go ahead and choose that. And that's the only degree I'm earning. It's semester. Let's say I began in fall. And now I can click on this and move on in my application. That looks correct. So I've now entered the colleges attended. If you've attended more college, you would add more colleges. For transcripts, because you're going to be sending your transcripts in, Sacramento State asks that you click on I am not adding any college transcripts because you don't need to go through this tedious process of entering all your coursework when you're also going to mail your transcripts to us prior to the deadline. So I opted not to add any transcripts, and now we can see that this area is checked. So to work on GPA entries, also for Sac State, we don't need to add GPA because that is on your transcripts that you'll be mailing to the Office of Graduate Studies. So you can click on I don't have a GPA to add. Once you've done that, you're done with this section and you can move on. Finally, there's a place for standardized tests. In the Child Development Program, we do not require any standardized tests. So you can just click on, I am not adding any standardized tests. And it just double checks that option. My academic history is there. I need to still. So here's where I would enter my personal information, going through each to enter that information. And if you acknowledge and agree with these statements, you would save and continue. You can either go to the dashboard to see where you're at or continue to the next section. Then you have your biographic information, which I had already entered my name when I was creating this account. If I have changed my name, I would want to indicate yes here because there might be records under another name. You can see several options here. Choose the one that best fits you. Again, choose the one that best fits you. Again, choose the one that best fits you. And then you have your date of birth, the country of birth, the city of birth, state, and county. If you're unsure, make sure you go look it up. It's important to list all of this information accurately. The current address is what will be used to contact you. And if you anticipate moving, you can indicate this. Otherwise, you can see it's not starred or required, so we'll just move on. This is the correct address. Let's say it is my permanent address. You can also see starred as a phone number. You can give a work number. You can give your mobile number. This is the number I entered when I was creating my account. And that's the email I entered to create my account, so I will save and continue. Over here you can see how much you've completed. Select your citizenship status and it will move you through questions according to what you have previously answered. So make sure you're being accurate. This is more for financial reasons. So again, make sure you're being accurate. Choose the options that best represent your answer. This is where I can indicate my native language. If you have multiple fluency, then you can add another language. I've already indicated earlier in my application process some of these answers, so you'll see some of them are not able to be changed. Again, just read through the questions and give the accurate answers. So here you have some tax information that you would need your forms for. Parents' education level. You can see how the options change depending on what you choose. Some of these are relevant for more questions. So again, just make sure you're choosing the accurate answer for you. After you've answered everything, save and continue, move on to the next section. Looks like we're almost done. Our program is not a teacher or education credential application, so you don't need to complete this. You are not interested in a credential program. Even if you're interested in a program in the future, or you have previously completed a credential program, this is not a credential program and you do not need to answer these questions. So we can again look at my application and see that I am almost done completing my application. I now need to enter my supporting information. So you can see here it's asking about employment, so I could add an experience as that is relevant. I'm going to choose not to in this case. And then it's just allowing me the opportunity to do that again, but it has checked this since I chose that option. You can also add an achievement if you have anything relevant there. Again, I'm going to choose not to here. We also have a supplemental application that will contain much of this information. So the information here on your application is not as important as that in your supplemental application. That's where a detailed review will happen of your experiences and achievements. Now, if there are any supporting documents that you need to enter, you could do so here. But like it says here, if you're a graduate applicant and you're not applying for a credential program, you can just choose not to add any documents. You can see these are all related to teacher education programs. And finally, our statement of purpose. This can be the identical statement of purpose to what you will attach in your supplemental application. So please enter that information here. Follow the instructions here. Again, your statement of purpose in your supplemental application contains some additional instructions. You may want to look there so that you can use the same statement in both places. There is no need to have two separate ones. So I'm done with that. Continue to the next section. It now gives me some specific programmatic information. So if I want to get more information, particularly about the Child Development Program, I can look here. It also reminds me of the deadline. So although I have completed all of these, I haven't paid and submitted my application. So I have my application completed. If I want to apply to another program, I need to add a program. But since I'm only applying to the Child Development Master's degree at Sac State. I'm done and my application is finalized. I've reviewed everything. I'm really happy with what I've written. I'm now going to submit my application. You can see here that there's a fee for that. And I am ready to submit. It gives me the option of downloading my application if I'd like to have a copy of that. It's not a bad idea to have that so that you have a record of all the answers you gave. So I can now submit my application and pay the fee. So you can see now it's asking you to pay the fee, which I don't have a coupon code. Here's where I can enter all the payment information, the billing address, and move forward through that process. Once you have paid your fees, and it will inform